Hey everyone, welcome back. You're listening to another episode of our podcast, where we keep it real and help you level up your English in the most natural way possible. I'm Jack.
And I'm Jenny. We're so happy you're here. Whether you're on your commute, drinking your morning coffee, or just relaxing at home, we're really glad to be hanging out with you.
Exactly. And today, we're diving into a topic that I think is going to hit home for a lot of people, especially those of us who love reading self-help books or scrolling through social media.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Are we talking about the manifestation stuff?
Yeah, specifically the manifestation illusion. You know, that idea that if you just think positively enough, the universe will magically hand you your goals?
Oh, I see. So the idea is, if I think about a new job, a job will appear.
Exactly. And listen, I'm all for having a positive mindset, but we need to talk about why just thinking positive is actually keeping so many people, including a lot of English learners, totally stuck.
That is such a good point. And honestly, this is great for our listeners because we're going to use some powerful, action-oriented language today. It's not just about philosophy, it's about how we talk about our lives and our progress.
Right. We talk about wanting to learn English or wishing to be fluent, but those are just thoughts. They aren't the same as moving forward.
Yes, it's like you can visualize yourself speaking perfect English all day, but if you don't open your mouth to practice, you're not going to get there. It's like a form of, what's the word?
Delusion?
That's a bit harsh, but maybe a little bit, right? Like we think we're doing the work by imagining the result.
It's the manifestation trap. We feel good because we're thinking about the goal, so our brain thinks we've already achieved it. It's a trick.
Whoa, wait. So you're saying that when I visualize my success, my brain actually thinks it's already happened, and that kills my motivation to do the actual work?
Exactly. It's called psychological priming. Your brain is being primed to feel satisfied, so you lose the hunger to execute. You stop needing to align your daily habits with your long-term vision because you've already experienced the win in your head.
That makes so much sense. I've definitely felt that. I'll sit down and think, I'm going to be a fluent speaker, and then I feel so good that I close my book and go watch TV instead of actually studying.
We've all been there, Jenny. It's comfortable. But if we want real results in English, in our careers, in life, we have to stop just thinking positive and start focusing on execution.
Execution. That's a strong word. It sounds professional, but I think listeners can use it for small things too, right?
Oh, absolutely. The execution of my study plan, the execution of my daily routine. It just means doing the thing you said you were going to do.
I love that. So instead of sitting in the delusion of I'll be great one day, we focus on the alignment of our daily actions with that goal.
Yes, that's it. Alignment. When your actions and your goals are on the same path. If your goal is to speak English, but your daily routine is just passive listening without speaking, you aren't in alignment.
Man, you're calling me out today. That hit a little close to home.
Don't worry, me too. I think the reason this is so important for English learners is that learning a language is the ultimate action-oriented goal. You can't manifest fluency. You have to speak, listen, make mistakes, and correct them.
It's a very physical process. It involves your mouth, your brain, your ears. It's not just a mental state.
Exactly. Let's talk about how someone can break out of that. Because if you're stuck, you probably feel a bit guilty, right? Like, I'm positive. Why isn't it working?
Yeah, the guilt is real. You feel like, maybe I'm not positive enough. Maybe I'm the problem. And then that cycle of negative thoughts starts.
And that's the danger. It turns into a mental loop. But the solution isn't try to be even more positive. It's do one small thing.
So what's the first step of execution then, if I'm feeling stuck?
You stop the what-if thinking and you start the what-now thinking. What is the one tiny action-oriented step I can take today that aligns with my goal?
So instead of thinking, I want to be fluent, I say, what is the one thing I can do in the next 5 minutes to practice my speaking?
Exactly. And it could be something as simple as recording yourself reading a paragraph on your phone.
Oh, that's terrifying.
It is. But that's the point. It's execution, not manifestation.
I actually like that feeling of being a little bit nervous. It means you're actually doing it. It's not just a daydream anymore.
Right. It's real. It's grounded.
You know, I think we should talk more about the word alignment. It sounds like something you'd hear in a business meeting, but I use it all the time now for my personal life.
Go for it. How do you explain alignment to someone who's just starting their English journey?
Well, imagine a car. If your wheels aren't in alignment, the car pulls to the side, right? It's hard to drive. It's the same with your goals. If you say you want to be fluent, but you spend all your time translating in your head instead of thinking in English, your wheels aren't in alignment.
That is the perfect analogy. I'm going to use that. It's not that you aren't working hard, it's that your actions aren't pointing in the same direction as your goal.
Right. It's like trying to run to Paris while you're facing Tokyo. You're running really fast, but you're never going to get to Paris.
That's a great visual. And it really takes the pressure off, doesn't it? Because you stop blaming yourself for not being good enough and start looking at whether your actions match your desires.
Yeah, it feels much more empowering.
So let's get into the why for a second. Why do we love the idea of manifestation so much? Why is it so addictive?
I think it's because it's easy. It's a shortcut. We want to believe that we can skip the boring parts of the process. We want the trophy without running the race.
Yes, it's the success without the sweat.
But isn't there some value in positivity? Like, if I'm always thinking I'm bad at English, that's probably not helping, right?
Oh, for sure. Negative self-talk is toxic. We definitely don't want that. But there's a difference between I'm going to keep practicing because I know I can improve and I'm going to sit here and visualize myself fluent so I don't have to study.
Right. One is a growth mindset and the other is wishful thinking.
Exactly. Action-oriented positivity. That's what we need.
I like that phrase, action-oriented positivity. Can we break that down? How does a listener sound more action-oriented in their daily life?
Well, it starts with your language. Instead of saying, I wish I could, say, I'm going to. Instead of saying, I hope, say, I'm planning.
It really changes your mood, doesn't it? I hope I learn English feels so passive. I am practicing English feels like you're in the driver's seat.
Exactly. You're in control. And that's the opposite of being stuck in an illusion. I have a question for you, Jenny. Have you ever had a moment where you were so caught up in the dream of something that you completely forgot to do the work?
Oh, God, yes, all the time. When I first started this podcast, I spent weeks thinking about how many listeners we would have, what the guests would look like, how popular we'd be.
And what happened?
Nothing. I didn't record a single episode for like a month. I was just living in the delusion of success. It wasn't until I sat down and said, okay, I don't care if no one listens, I'm just going to record one 10-minute audio today, that things actually started happening.
And look at us now. We're here because you shifted from dreaming to executing.
It's the only way, isn't it? There's no other path.
And for our listeners, that's the message for today. You don't need a magical positive mindset. You need a consistent, action-oriented plan.
And we are going to help you with that. We've got some more thoughts on how to stay consistent when the motivation fades, because that's when the real work happens, right?
The boredom phase. That's the true test of your alignment.
Oh man, the boredom phase. That is where dreams go to die, right? Everyone loves the first week of a new project. You've got your cute new notebook, your color-coded study schedule, your fresh headphones.
Yes, the honeymoon phase of learning. Everything feels exciting.
Exactly. But then week 3 hits. The novelty wears off. Studying grammar or doing listening drills feels, well, kind of boring. And that's when people think, oh, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm just not motivated enough.
Which is a total myth. Relying on motivation is a trap. Motivation is an emotion, and emotions change every single day. If you only practice English when you feel motivated, you're never going to reach your goals.
Wow, say that again for the people in the back. Motivation is an emotion?
Think about it. Do you feel motivated to brush your teeth every single night?
Honestly, sometimes I'm way too tired and I just want to sleep.
Right, but you do it anyway. Why? Because it's a habit. It's part of your daily alignment. You don't wait for a burst of inspiration to clean your teeth, you just execute the routine. Language learning is the exact same way.
That is such a grounding perspective. It takes the pressure off needing to feel inspired all the time. You just need discipline and a simple system.
Bingo. Systems beat goals every single time. A goal is just a destination, like saying, I want to reach B2 English. But a system is what you actually do every day to get there, like listening to a podcast for 15 minutes while you drink your coffee.
I love that. Let's give our listeners a real-world example of how to build that kind of system without burning out. Because if your system is too hard, you'll quit by Thursday.
Totally. Keep it ridiculously small. If you're feeling stuck or bored, don't say, I'm going to study for 2 hours. Say, I'm going to listen to one short clip and learn 2 new expressions. That's it. Lower the barrier to entry.
Make it so easy that you can't say no to it.
Exactly. That's real psychological priming in action. You trick your brain into starting, and once you start, momentum takes over.
Oh, I use that trick all the time when I don't want to go for a run. I tell myself, just put your shoes on and walk out the door for 5 minutes. If you want to turn around and come right back, you can.
And do you ever turn around and come back?
Almost never. Once the shoes are on, the hardest part is already done. The execution of putting on the shoes creates the alignment for the workout.
Look at you using our vocabulary words naturally. That's brilliant. And it applies to English, too. The hardest part of studying isn't the actual learning, it's opening the app or pressing play on the video or opening the book.
It's crossing that mental bridge from thinking about it to doing it.
So, if you're listening right now and you've been waiting for the right moment to get serious about your English or waiting to feel super confident and positive, stop waiting.
Yes, drop the manifestation illusion. You don't need the universe to align your stars. You just need to take one messy, imperfect, action-oriented step right now.
Even if your grammar isn't perfect, even if your accent isn't native yet, just start, because action cures anxiety.
I love that phrase. Action cures anxiety. Write that down, everyone.
Well, before we wrap up today's deep dive into our minds and habits, let's do a quick recap of the powerful words we played with today, just to make sure they stick in your memory.
Oh, yes, let's do it. What was our first one?
We started with action-oriented, meaning focused on doing things rather than just thinking or talking about them, like an action-oriented study plan.
Number 2 was delusion, a false belief or daydream that feels good in the moment, like thinking daydreaming about fluency counts as studying.
Guilty as charged. Number 3, psychological priming, that sneaky way your brain tricks you into feeling satisfied by just thinking about a goal, which kills your drive to actually work for it.
Ah, a dangerous one. Number 4 is alignment, when your daily habits and actions are pointing in the exact same direction as your dreams.
And finally, our heavy hitter for the day, execution. Not just planning, not just dreaming, but actually showing up and doing the work.
Such a powerful list today. I feel like my brain has been stretched in the best way possible.
Mine too, Jenny. Mine too. And remember, guys, you don't have to be perfect to make progress. Just keep showing up for yourselves, keep listening, and keep speaking.
We'll be right back here next week with another real, honest conversation to help you grow. Until then, keep practicing and have an amazing week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.